Hello everyone. Let's just give a minute for everyone to join. Okay, so I guess that we can start. So hello again, everyone, and thank you all for joining today. And welcome to our live session, The Era of Intelligent Workflows. And today we'll talk about AI agents, traditional automation, and what makes AI-driven workflows more intelligent. What do you need to build one, use cases, and experts' insights. Before we jump in, a quick note for everyone. Feel free to introduce yourselves and connect in the chat. We love to see the community grow. We'll have a Q&A session at the end, so stay with us and drop your questions in the chat. And remember that the most active attendees will get one-on-one session with Maxim to talk about all your needs, challenges, and questions. And follow us on LinkedIn, of course. So meet our speaker for today, our recognized and well-versed expert in data and AI and everything around it, head of data and AI at Honeycomb Software, investor and member of the AI Accelerator Institute, Maxim Voitko. So hello, Maxim. How are you today? How's your day?
Oh, hello everyone. My day is excellent because I'm presenting to you today, my dear audience. Today I would like to
Great.
talk more about AI agents workflows.
Thank you. And we are all excited to start, Maxim. So stage is yours.
Okay, so it would be more as a presentation overview, but we will dive deeper into some real life business use case. But in general, I would like to talk about how AI agents are redefining business operations. Um, yeah. So who am I? I am Max Voitko. I'm head of data and AI department at Honeycomb Software, and I am actually implementing myself with the team generative AI use cases, including agentic workflow use cases for our clients. So I know I know this issue both on business and technical side, and would like to share my experience with you. So the agenda is the following. So we'll discuss the current business challenges and the role of AI. What is actually an AI agent? Understand capabilities and impact. We'll look deeper into the key components of AI agents and how they work. We'll discuss agentic workflows, AI agents, use cases across different industries and functions, and evaluate AI use cases for your specific business needs. And of course, at the end, I hope that my presentation will turn into discussion and we'll be able to discuss these points together. So the current business struggles are that business workflows are usually inefficient in a lot of the companies, or at least they could be made more efficient. And there are a lot of manual processes which are time consuming and error prone. Some of the processes and tasks are quite labor intensive, which increases expenses and again errors. And actually the inefficiency could consume up to 30% of company revenue. And usually these manual processes are blocking the company from scalability because it takes a long time um, to find new employees, to teach them, to train. But if these workflows could be automated, it is much easier to scale the infrastructure needed. So it's just in terms of money and technicalities. Also, one of the challenges is inconsistent automation. So usual traditional automation lacks adaptability, and each each time we change so business nowadays change very rapidly, and we constantly need to maintain traditional automation code and update it, but it would be much better if the solution could adopt itself. So the AI agent prediction and market growth. So the Gartner's predictions that by 2028, 33% of enterprises software will include AI agent in different use cases, and the AI agent market is growing at 45 and 1 percent compound annual growth rate, reaching more than 200 billions by 2035. So what are actually AI agents? So this is the software entities that could take some decisions and act autonomously. The key characteristics is autonomy, proactivity, and adaptability. So basically, these characteristics which solve the business challenges we face with traditional automation. What are the possible types of AI agents? So, of course, the classification is very informal and fluent, free, I would say, but it's conversational AI, so different chatbots, virtual assistants, AI-powered help desks. I bet you have picked up some calls from different advertising bots who actually adopt very good to the conversation and could keep up with you at least once. Process automation agents. So this is some AI-driven workflows, robotic process automation with AI for efficiency, and analytical AI agents, which are very popular with enterprise, especially enterprise level companies, which have huge data analytics departments. So these AI agents could basically be alternative to having data analytics department, or at least to drastically optimizing the size of this department. So this empower like data-driven decision making and insights automation. So what is the technology stack for the AI agent? So first of all, we need a large language model. So there are like a couple of big names. There are much more of them on Hugging Face, but the big names are like different models from OpenAI, ChatGPT 4, 4.5 as a recent one, O1 with reasoning, O3 mini for coding and stuff like this, and models like Claude Sonnet from Anthropic, Gemini from Google, or Llama by Meta. It's not uh, just a free choice. So there are specific cases when one is much more suitable than the other, or sometimes you could actually have only one possible fit for your specific use case. So it should be picked precisely, and sometimes you need to support, it's better to support all of them just to quickly switch between them. For NLP and speech recognition could be used Whisper from OpenAI, or Amazon Poly service from Amazon, obviously, or Microsoft Azure speech services. Of course, Google Cloud has its own alternative. There are actually established AI agent libraries where the AI agents could be created like in a matter of hours. It's Hugging Face. There are a lot of them on Hugging Face. um, small agents, LangChain, Llama Index. These libraries allow not to dive deep into the specifics of the process, just to build it like Lego blocks. There are also more high-level tools for automation, just to getting things together, like Zapier, Make, or UiPath. But that's more for more simpler use cases. And of course, if you want to provide some custom context for your model, like specific documents, for example, that you have, the knowledge database, um, so you need vector database to actually enrich the model with this context. And it could be Pinecone, Quadrant, or VV8. This is like the most performant ones and convenient. You could also use some edge AI tools or AT agents to actually do um, the machine learning models inference right in the place where you need it. That's more relevant for more real production, for example, like healthcare, oil and gas, manufacturing, when you need quick um, inference, fast inference from the model, and there is no time for transferring the data to the cloud. So, what are common myths about AI agents? So, what is actually not an AI agent? First of all, we need to understand that large language models, they're just models, and they're just one component of the AI agent, but um, not the whole stack for the AI agent. As set of instructions that carries out a specific tasks. This is just prompt for one specific task. So this is more when you just having a conversation with ChatGPT and provide some specific prompt. It's not AI. It's not even an AI agent. Any automated software functions, it's like procedures or whatever, so it's not also an AI agent. RPA workflows processes are not AI agent. Conversational assistant could be an AI agent and could not be. It depends on the nature of the conversation. If and we'll discuss it a bit later. And also there is specific layer like interface to this assistant. So when you build an AI agent, there is a big difference between the AI agent itself, which does the tasks and provides the output and some actions, and the interface where you can access it. So how AI agents differ from traditional automation? So in traditional automation, execution is rule-based. So it's basically if then else. If we simplify, it's just if else conditions. With AI agents, they are adaptive to the changes of user input. With scalability, again, traditional automation is limited by predefined rules. AI agents are scalable because they're adaptable and they have um, maybe we can call it self-learning. If we are talking about decision making, traditional automation requires human input or some input in the database, and AI agents are fully autonomous. The role of data and model quality. So basically, usually I see that a lot of clients come to us and say, okay, we want to build some AI agents or some, it's related also to traditional machine learning, just machine learning model. And when we talk about what data they have for that, there is none. So very important imperative that to build AI, any kind of AI, you need data and model, and it both equal parts. And if this data is easily accessible for everyone else, probably there is no big um, value in building the model on this data, because just generic models that you have or generic solutions from big companies already have this functionality, or they will have it in a couple of months. Um, just technical was so the smarter the model, the more effective the agent. And we need to balance that with data engineering work, and improving like the prompts, the agentic flows, and the model itself. So if we are talking about AI agent use cases across business function, so I guess we can say that it can come in all business functions, but if we're talking specifically about customer support, it's automated query resolution, issue escalation, and routing, proactive follow-ups, incident resolution, ticket prioritization, sales and marketing, customer data analysis, personalized offer recommendations, campaign execution, blog writing, so general content generation, human resources, resume screening, interview scheduling, employee engagement monitoring, HR workflow automation. For IT operations department, it's anomaly detection, system health monitoring, predictive maintenance, proactive risk mitigation. For software development and DevOps, AI agents could do code reviews, testing, do automation of tests, optimize CI/CD pipeline, incident detection and resolution, auto documentation. So all this would be achieved. So if we are talking about specific industries, so for healthcare and medtech, it's automating patient basic handling basic questions from patients, probably more regarding organization issues, but depending on the regulation, some symptom analysis could be done. Currently, also there is talks about allowing, basically allowing AI to do the prescriptions. So the different governments are working on regulations in that sphere. So also AI agents allow to reduce errors, automate claims processing, analyze X-rays, MRIs, pathology slides. Again, all this is done as probably helper for the doctor. So human in the loop makes the final decision currently, but there is talks about moving to fully automated workflows. And for some specific use cases, actually the accuracy of the model has surpassed the human level performance. Financial services and fintech. So the credit assessment for loan approvals, identifying suspicious transactions in real time, advisors for investment strategies, smart categorization, AI expense approvals for real sector manufacturing and logistics. It's demand forecasting, automated restocking recommendations, equipment failure predictions, reducing downtime, vision-based AI detecting product defects, AI-assisted inventory picking and packing. For software as a services and startups, it could be AI copilots for software development, churn prediction, email assistance for lead nurturing. So that's more or less correlates with marketing. Automatic API guides and code generation. Yeah. So let's talk about some real life use case. So what's the problem we are trying to solve? So we try to optimize the speed of data-driven decisions by eliminating data analytics in the loop. So how usually business-driven decision works in enterprise company? There are business managers who don't know SQL or how to query their data. They ask data analytics department for some reports or expect some initiative from these departments if they have good domain experts, and they provide them some data insights. But the um, the time between the gap between the need for business decision and when is the data ready to support this business decision could be quite high. That's why there is sense to provide business decision makers a tool to actually talk to their data. And multi-agent data visualization workflow solution could help with that. So our system uses LangChain to coordinate multiple AI agents, making it easy to turn company data into interactive visualizations. So step one, we need to cover generation of SQL queries. And for that, we need first to do schema extraction of the data model for our database. Then we do the entity parsing, basically analyze the relations between the question of the user and the data models in our database, and then construct a query and validate it. Then we need to choose the right visualization based on SQL output and user query. An AI agent picks the best chart type like bar chart, plot, line. And system automatically formats the data for easy visualization. So the last step is real-time interaction. Streaming API updates allows us to update the results in real time and allowing user to tweak and improve their visualization and query interactively. So for this, we need three agents: generator, reflector, and validator. So the generator creates the initial response using advanced language models with a chain of thought approach. Reflector agent reviews the response for mistakes, logical gaps, style issues, safety concerns, and overall completeness. And validator agent checks the refined output against real-world benchmarks to ensure its reliability. So the flow of the solution looks like this. So we have a user with some input, like the example is generate a chart of average temperature in Alaska over the past decade. And there is a router which decides, given the available actions from agents, what should be done in current situation. And as you see, there are multiple actions which and possibilities for router to decide what to do and which action to take in which situation, and understand whether the input from the user requires additional actions or is it a final answer. So how to identify the right use cases for agentic AI, agentic workflows. First is scale. So if you spend like 4 hours per month on that, that's probably not a good candidate. Do you have the data to make it work? So basically, do you have data to fine-tune the model, to do all the needed to make to take all the needed decisions? What are the main benefits of this automation and solution? And what is the price of mistake? How big are the risks? So when you answer all these questions, you have everything to decide whether it's good or not use case for agentic workflows. A hint that if the use case relates to very dynamic and unpredictable environment, when there is no clear when you can't explain how human makes a specific decision, um, when you need probably continuously adapt the requirements in the first place, and mm, just on the fly come up with a completely new approach. So that's probably not good use cases for even AI agentic workflows. Also, if but if if you can define the clear, if you have the clear understanding between the relations of the reasons for some decisions, even mm, if they changes all the time, but there is some kind of framework of decision making, so you could come up with agentic AI agentic workflow, which would be autonomous and have integration potential. So what are the trends with AI agentic workflows? First of all, we are moving to multimodal AI agents. So we'll combine the input text, voice, video, vision um, to provide more and more powerful solutions. And we are moving towards more and more autonomy from the agents when more and more a higher and higher level of user input would be required, and all the details would be figured out by these AI agents. Also, very relevant AI agents for developers. So it's becoming just a part of software development lifecycle. So AI agents are the part of code generation, debugging, and basically they are like co-pilots for developers. There are also ideas for decentralized AI agents, which provide more security and transparency. So, and as usual, where blockchain is relevant, there probably would be relevant AI agents built on blockchain, and that could also be part of the solution for providing the compute power for AI. Also, you may mention that a couple of times during my presentation and Maggot mentioned regulations. This is also very important because for some fields without regulations on AI and legislation, we just can't move forward. And but I guess in general, it's important to have understanding in the legal field how to deal with inputs, outputs of the AI in terms of data privacy and IP rights. Yeah, that's actually all from my side. So feel free to book a call or reach me out on LinkedIn to discuss this and more topics. Thank you for attention.
Thank you, Maxim, for your insights and all the details. Now I feel like I can build AI engine by myself now. So, but with AI agents being such a hot topic, yet still new to many, we've received a lot of great questions from our community and attendees. So, let's dive into this. And the first one, Maxim, you talked about the technical stack needed for the AI agent implementation. So the question is like, how does it work together with an existing system or solution product? And do we need to care about some specific things in the process?
I guess it's it depends on the details. So, but in general, if your like traditional software has good interfaces, that's enough for AI agents because you just provide actions that could be done, and whatever form is suitable for you as an interface for the system is enough for AI agent. So um, we just need the AI agent just needs the interface to for the action.
Okay. And how it's like from the team composition perspective, what professionals do we need for this scope of work, let's say? What can, or like who can do this on the team, or we need to hire external resources?
So probably depends on the complexity of the use case, but usually it's good to have ML engineer and data engineer um, to build AI agent. But of course, if you want to have some kind of fancy UI interface, you would need designer and front-end specialist for that.
Okay. And Janina, CEO at Support Center, says that it seems like many people are reluctant to interact with AI, becoming easily frustrated and impatient, maybe because of many mediocre chatbots on the market. But how can you overcome that?
I guess it's just inevitable. So it's just a part of the progress, and we way past the curve of early adopters in the sphere of AI, and now AI is moving towards like mass public. So, and it would be, I am sure that it would be a part of each and every profession. So, do you remember, like, I know 20 years ago, there was maybe 30 years ago, there was some discussions. Do you need some computer skills, basic computer usage skills, and some skills in Excel was questionable. Some required it, some are not. And at some point, we came in time. We came to mm, to the point when it's just a requirement by default to have certain skills, and I guess AI would be is moving in that direction.
Okay, thank you. And thank you, Janina, for the question. And Julia, product designer, asks like how agents can be the part of the product and how to make their impact visible in UI, while designing complex data heavy interfaces and including like interactive and data visualization.
I know quite a little things about design, so it's hard for me to be expert on that sphere. So, but I'm not sure that we even need to make sure that AI agents somehow visible. So, I guess the
Mhm.
ideal product is when you don't see it but just feel the value. So, but again, that's a question probably more to designers than to AI engineers.
Okay, and thank you, Julia, for the question. In our also we have the question from John. And he says that he's very interested in the sales side, specifically for AI SDR agent work. But so far, the solutions that he tested weren't delivering on the promises of the tech at all. Is there a specific solution you'd recommend or some common issues he might have encountered?
it highly depends on the requirements of the case. So I would suggest to discuss in more details the use case, and then I could provide some recommendations because there is no like ideal solutions that would fit all use cases.
So, John, you know where to find us and let us know. And Pinton mentioned that there is an interesting statistics about 30% of companies' revenue consumed by inefficient processes. And can you share the source of the insight that led to the statistics? So Fintan will follow up with you and send the references and more details on that, and would be happy to continue conversation there as well. And Lionel, CEO asks like he's interested in perspectives on how AI is being used to improve workflows. Also, how close is AI to be able to write code without a professional coder involved?
That's a highly debatable question. I start from the easier one, from the last one. So I guess that we are not moving into the future where AI will eliminate software engineers. I guess that AI would empower the senior and mature software engineers and make them much more efficient, like 100 times more efficient. But mm, there would be a challenge for probably junior, especially for junior engineers and the one who are just starting the career, a few years in the career, because if there is less and less need for juniors, so how would they become seniors? So that's a reasonable question. But because seniors will be able to do more and more stuff, and there would be probably less need in junior people. But how to become senior without
Yeah.
being junior?
That's always is a question, I'd say. um, okay, yeah. So, but again, Lionel, feel free to follow up with us, and Maxim would be happy to debate on that as well. And Alice, the head of support, many says that many customers still prefer to be reached out by a real human being instead of AI agent. And how can we improve the situation? Do you have any comment on that?
I guess the real question is if you're able to make the difference, to distinguish between the two. So it's honestly it's you could be very hard to understand whether it's human or not, especially
Hmm.
if you have even if it's a video call, it could be generated very realistically. So voice the same, the delay, it's just a matter of resources that could be used for that. But if you um, can't tell, so what's the difference then?
Of course, and the quality, I guess, as well. Okay. And Ryan, CEO, asks how AI agents can be utilized in healthcare. We like talked a bit about this in the presentation, but probably you can elaborate a bit more. Have any ideas?
So from organizational moments, working on some stuff on the documentation. So usually the most important one of the most popular and frequent challenge is with data consistency, and the main uh, the main advantage of EA agents that they can work with unstructured data and basically create structured from unstructured. So this is one very simple case, and to the helper of the doctor. So basically helping with symptoms analysis, diagnostics, analyzing the lab results. So everything with that.
Thank you, Maxim. So we have a few questions left. So guys, if you have anything else to ask or discuss, just drop this in the chat. One of other questions we had, but we also discussed it a bit, but probably you can elaborate a bit more. The question is from Thomas, who is CEO, regarding data management through AI, and how do you govern and control this?
Excellent question. So as I mentioned, so it's like 50% of the success, and the specific practices are highly dependent again on the use case, but in general it's important to have reliable and robust fault-tolerant system for data ingestion, do data validation and data quality checks after the transformations, and including data consistency checks, and have good architecture satisfying the requirements. So it could be medallion architecture as a start probably, or any other that does the job, but at the end there should be a robust data pipeline that has clear clean data with and can serve it with sufficient speed within the sufficient latency.
Okay. Well, so thank you so much, Maxim, again for answering all the questions and for your insights. And thank you for to all for joining us today. And if you have any other questions or things to discuss, just feel free to reach out or contact, and we'll be happy to discuss it further. And I hope that you all gained new perspectives and ideas how to take back to your work. And looking forward to staying in touch and continuing the conversation with all of you. So just feel free to follow us on LinkedIn, contact us, and we hope to see you all soon for getting more insights and staying with us. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Maxim, again for joining us today. And yeah, have a great evening and have a great day today to everyone.
Have a great day. Bye.